Welcome students. Welcome students. We are into our seventh lecture of the subject Mechanics of Solid, whose subject code is ME201, and the topic which we are going to study today is the stresses in bars of composite structures. Myself, Shri Krishna Mishra, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. Let's first of all see what are the lecture objectives of today's lecture. The lecture objectives of today's lecture are to apply the concept of stresses in the bars of composite structure. Second, to solve the numericals based on the composite structure. Third, to understand the assumptions taken in the case of composite structures. And fourth is to get overview of different types of stresses and corresponding strains in the case of composite structures. So basically the whole thing that is related to the composite structures, the stresses developing on it when the load is applied, or that all things we are going to discuss today. Now what happens, as you can see in the diagram also, what happens that a bar which is made of two or more than two materials is known as composite bar. All right, and as when it is loaded along the axis, then it takes the shape of composite structure. So a bar made up of two or more materials joined together is called as a composite bar. The bars are joined in such a manner that the system extends or contracts as one unit equally when subjected to tension or compression. All right, means though there are two bars, bar number 1 and bar number 2, but they are joined together in such a way that the extension or contraction, for example, if you are applying load in this direction, so the extension of the whole of the bar is equal, means this bar 1 and this bar 2 both extends equally in a direction. So this is very important concept to be taken in the case of composite bar, that here the whole of the system extends or contracts as one unit equally when subjected to tension or compression. Second, the point number 2 is that 2 points should always be kept in view while solving example of composite bar. What are the 2 points? Let's see what are the 2 points which always should be kept in mind while solving the problems of composite structure. First one is extension or contraction of the bar is equal. As I have told you in this line, that the system extends or contracts equally as a unit. This means that the elongation to which we denote by del, elongation of bar 1 will be equal to elongation of bar 2. So this is the first point that should be kept in the mind, that extension or contraction of the whole of the bar is equal, means deformation per unit length means strain 1 will be equal to strain 2. Strain developed on bar 1 will be equal to strain developed on bar 2. So this is the first step. All right, now coming into the second point that should be kept in mind while we solve this type of problem. The second point to be kept is the total external load on the bar is equal to the sum of the loads carried by the different materials. The total external load on the bar is equal to the sum of the load carried by the different material. This means that if the total load applied on the bar is P, then P will be equal to the load that is carried by bar 1 plus the load that is carried by bar 2. Alright, total load will be equal to the load carried by bar 1 plus load carried by bar 2. So these two are the important points which has to be kept in mind in case of composite structures when they are loaded either with a tensile load or with the compressive load. So this should be kept in the mind. Now composite structure is also now understood to you. Now let P be the total load on the bar. Let P be the total load on the bar. The total load which is acting on the bar, let it be P. And let L be the total length of the bar. Alright. Then the length of the bar 2, let the length of the bar 2 be L2. And of bar 1 be L1. Alright. And area of bar 1 be A1. Let this is bar A and its cross sectional area be A1. Cross sectional area means this area. This area, let it be equal to A1. Alright. Similarly for bar 2, let the area be A2. Alright. Length be L2. And the material which is used for bar 2, let its modulus of elasticity be E2. Similarly for A1, it is modulus of elasticity value, let it be equal to A1. Length be equal to L1. Now as from the second point which has to be kept in mind in case of composite structure, the total load on the bar will be equal to the sum of the individual loads. Means the load which is acting on bar 1, if it is P1, and load if it is which is acting on bar 2 is P2, then total load P will be equal to sum of P1 plus P2. Stress now in bar 1. Now if we calculate the stress on bar 1, then in bar 1 stress, we all know by the formula, it is equal to load by area. So stress is equal to P1 by A1. Stress is equal to P1 by A1. Alright. And strain, corresponding strain in bar 1, how much it will be equal to? So corresponding strain either can be denoted by epsilon or E. So strain on bar 1, that will be equal to, we all know that strain is equal to stress upon Young's modulus, sigma 1 by E1. How this has been obtained? This has been obtained by the Hooke's law, which says that stress is directly proportional to strain. Means sigma by epsilon is equal to Young's modulus E. So from this you can get that strain epsilon, if this has to be calculated, then it will be equal to stress by capital E. Stress by capital E. Alright. So this thing we are using here. So strain on bar 1 we have obtained. Now if we want to calculate the elongation, of bar 1, then it will be equal to how much? Elongation is denoted by del L1. Alright. And strain is del L1 by L. This means that del L1 is equal to length into the strain, L into epsilon 1, L1 into epsilon 1. For bar 1 we are considering it. Alright, finally what you will get? You will keep this value of epsilon here, so it will become equal to L1, L1 into epsilon. In place of epsilon you will write sigma 1 by E1. Alright, in place of epsilon you will write what? Sigma 1 by E1. And finally sigma is what? Sigma is your P1 by A1. Sigma is what? Sigma is your P1 by A1. Sigma is what? Sigma is your P1 by A1. So P1 L1 by A1 E1. This becomes the expression for elongation of bar 1. Sigma del L1 will be equal to P1 L1 by A1 E1. Similarly for del 2 means for bar 2. Similarly for bar 2 it will be epsilon to L2. And finally you will get it will be equal to P2 L2 by A2 E2. P2 L2 by A2 E2. Del L1 is equal to P1 L1 by A1 E1. And del L2 is equal to P2 L2 by A2E2, P2L2 by A2E2. All right. Now moving further, as by the rule of composite structure, del L1 should be equal to del L2 because the deformation of all the participants in a composite bar are equal. The whole of the composite bar compresses or elongates equally when load is applied on it. This means that del L1 will be equal to del L2, this thing, and del we have calculated that del L1 is P1 by A1E1 and del L2 is P2 by A2E2, so the both will be equal. They both will be equal. Now if we simplify it, we will find that P2 is equal to P1 into A2E2 upon A1E1. But we also know that P is equal to P1 plus P2. This means that P is equal to P1 plus, in place of P2 we will write this particular expression which we have got. And now we can easily take out common P1. The rest will be inside the bracket. And finally, if we take this, if we can take complete denominator as A1E1, then numerator becomes A1E1 plus A2E2. Finally, we can say that P is equal to what? P is equal to P1 A1E1 into plus A2E2 upon A1E1. So if someone asks you what is individual P1, so P1 is equal to P into A1E1 upon A1E1 plus A2E2. Similarly, P2 is equal to P into A2E2 upon A1E1 plus A2E2. Now from these equations we can find out the load shared by different materials. How we can calculate? See, as you can see in the diagram, that here in expression number 4, P1 upon A1E1 is equal to P2 upon A2E2. Alright, and if they are equal, this means that basically they are what? They are equal to each other. This means that they are equal. This means that PL1 upon A1E1 is equal to PL2 upon A2E2. Alright. Now what we will do, we will move further. See, also apart from this equation number 4, there is one more thing that will come. That is what? This sigma 1 by E1 is equal to sigma 2 by E2. This is important to be kept in mind here, that sigma 1 by E1, it has been obtained from the previous equation, that sigma 1 by E1 is equal to sigma 2 by E2. This means that sigma 1 is equal to E1 upon E2 into sigma 2. Sigma 1 is equal to E1 upon E2 into sigma 2. Sigma 1 is equal to E1, capital E1 means Young's modulus of elasticity for material 1 divided by Young's modulus of elasticity for material 2 into sigma 2. Similarly, sigma 2 is what? You can obtain in reverse if you write sigma 2 is equal to E2 upon E1 into sigma 1. So like in this way you can calculate the stress. This is the relationship between the Young's modulus of elasticity and the stress value in case of composite structure, that sigma 1 by sigma 2 is equal to E1 by E2. Now from the above equations we can find out the stresses in the different materials. These equation, as I have told you at the start, also P is equal to P1 plus P2. In place of P you can write sigma 1 A1 because P by A is equal to sigma. Therefore it means that P1 is equal to sigma A1 A1 and P2 is equal to sigma 2 A2. In this way you can write it. So this also expression will be used in the numerical. Now from the above equation we can also find out the stresses in the different materials. How to we will calculate? Let's see in the numericals. This is our example number 1. A reinforced concrete circular section of 50,000 mm square cross-sectional area carries 6 reinforcing bars whose total area is 500 mm square. See what the line is saying to you. It is saying to you that the circular section The whole of the circular section area is how much? The whole of the circular section area is 50,000. 50,000 is the whole of the circular area of this circle, cross sectional area of this circle. Now among it there are 6 bars. There are 6 bars. These are the bars. These are the bars. They are 6 in numbers. As you can easily see with the red color, it has been highlighted, and the area of each of the bar and the area whose total area, not each of the bar, the total area of 6 bars, the total area of 6 bars is given to you. It is equal to 500. It is equal to 500. It is equal to 500 mm square. Now find the safe load that the column can carry if the concrete is not to be stressed more than 3.5 megapascal. See, the stress value has been given to you as 3.5 megapascal total stress value. It should not be more than this, and we have to find the value of load which can be applied, maximum safe load which can be applied on it, so that the stress developed is 3.5 megapascal. Modular ratio that can be taken is 18. As I have already told you, modular ratio is basically what? It is the ratio of the modulus of elasticity of the two materials. If it is talking about steel and concrete, this means that yes by EC is your 18 given in this particular numerical. Now again, what is given? Area of the column is given. It is in mm square, so no need to change the unit. Number of reinforcing bars are 6 in number, and the total area of the steel bars are 500 mm square. Now the maximum stress in concrete is 3.5 megapascal. The maximum stress that is in concrete is 3.5 megapascal. Alright, it is given in the numerical. Modular ratio is given you as 18. Now what we will do, guys, first of all we will have to calculate the individual area of concrete. We will have to calculate the individual area of concrete. Individual area of concrete means if we have to calculate the individual area of concrete, we will have to divide the whole of the area of circle with these bars. Now the total area of bars, 6 bars. Now the total area of 6 bars is given to you as 500, and the complete area of circle is 50,000 mm square. This means that the remaining area is filled with concrete. The remaining area is filled with what? The remaining area is filled with concrete. Alright, so this remaining area, how much will be the remaining area? We can get by subtracting the total area of circle, that is 50,000 mm square, with the area of 6 bars combined. So the area of 6 bars combined is 500. So 50,000 minus 500 will give you the value of 50,000 minus 500 will give you the value of area of concrete. Now this was important because now if we want to calculate the stress in steel, so by formula we know that sigma s by, just now we have studied that sigma s by sigma c is equal to what? ES by EC is equal to ES by EC. Now sigma s, one of the stress is given to you. What is the stress value that is given to you? Sigma c, concrete, it is given. What is the value? 3.5. See, if the concrete, you can read from this particular line, if the concrete is not to be stressed beyond 3.5 megapixel, this means that this is the stress to be taken for concrete, sigma c. So sigma c is 3.5 megapascal. And if you want to calculate sigma s, means the stress on steel, so this relation can be easily used, because in the numerical we are also having the modular ratio, and modular ratio is given to us as 18. So sigma s by sigma c is equal to 18. This means that sigma s is equal to 18 into 3.5. This means that you will get 63 Newton per mm square as the stress on the steel. Now moving further, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the safe load. We have to calculate the safe load that the structure can sustain. So the total load we all know has the formula sigma SAS plus sigma CAE. Total load is equal to sigma SAS plus sigma CAC. So it is becomes equal to 63 into 500 plus 3.5 into, for sigma C is we have calculated how much, 49,500. So finally you will get the value of P as 204.75 as the area, as the load, as the 204.75 as the load on it. So this is the safe load which we have calculated. So this was our example number 1. What is the new thing which we have understood here? That first of all the remaining area will be taken as the area of concrete, and the formula of the ratio of stress and the ratio of Young's modulus, both are equal. This concept we will use, and we will calculate the stress acting on steel. And then what we will do, we will take the formula of total load. Total load is equal to sum of sum of the sigma SAS plus sigma CAC. Sigma CAC, sigma SAS plus sigma CAC. This is the total load which will be acting on it. Coming into example number 2. In this question, first of all, let's read what is given in the numerical. A reinforced concrete column 500 mm by 500 mm in section is reinforced with 4 steel bars of 25 mm diameter, one in each corner. The column is carrying a load of 1000 kilonewton. The load which is acting on the column is 1000 kilonewton. Find the stresses in the concrete and steel bars. Take modulus of elasticity E for steel as 200 gigapascal and modulus of elasticity E for concrete as 14 megapascal. Now see, there are total 4 number of bars in it, and each has got the diameter 25. Alright. The dimensions of the column is given to you 500 by 500. So this will give you the area of total area. Total area will be given by this, and this diameter will give you the area of steel bars. So as we all know that steel bars have been given diameter, this means that its area will be pi d square by 4, where d is the diameter. So from this we will calculate the area of steel bar, of one steel bar. So for 4 steel bar it will be equal to, into, we will multiply by 4 and we will get the answer. And whatever will be the answer, we will subtract this answer from what? We will subtract this answer from the area of the total bar. What is the area of the total bar? 500 into 500 into 500. So from this 25,000 means this is equal to this particular value, this total area AT. From AT you will subtract this particular area of 4 steel bars and you will get the area of concrete. So let's do this and calculate the area of concrete. And then after, since steel and concrete both modulus of elasticity is given, so from that we can get a relationship between the stresses acting. Alright, and the second equation which we can get is of load. Total load is given to you. It will be equal to P1 plus P2. This we know. So from this we can calculate it easily. Now let's see the further solution of this numerical. Moving further, area we have calculated, this area of steel we have calculated it in this way. So after this we will calculate the area by the formula pi d square by 4 into 4 we have calculated the area, and area of concrete we will subtract the total area from the area of 4 steel bars, and we will get we are getting the area of concrete. You check, it will be equal to 248037 mm square. Now we also know that steel stress in steel is equal to sigma s is equal to, we all know this is the formula, this is the one of the two formula which we will be using for in case of structures. So sigma s, ratio of stresses, is equal to ratio of the modulus of elasticity, and since we know that stress, we don't know the stress value of any of them, therefore we can only get an equation from this. Sigma s is equal to 15 into sigma c. This modular ratio of ES by EC we can calculate. ES is 210 and EC is 14. So 210 by 14 is equal to 15 sigma c. So from this we have calculated. Now total load, this is equal to sigma s as plus sigma c ac. Sigma s as plus sigma c ac. This formula also we know that P is equal to P1 plus P2, and P1 is what? Sigma SAS, and P2 is what? Sigma C AC. Alright, so by this formula also we can put the value of sigma S and sigma C, and AS and AC are known to us. Total load acting is also known to us, that it is equal to 277482. This is the total which we will getting from this equation. So finally, since total load is 1000 into 10 to the power 3, so we can just divide and we can get the stress acting on concrete 3.6 megapascal, and stress that is acting on this steel is, it is equal to 54 megapascal. 54 megapascal. So I hope this numerically has also well understood by you. The two equations which are very important are these two, which will be used in case of composite structure. One is this one and the second is this one. These two are very important, and for these equations only we have to calculate the individual areas. We have to see whether there is any stress given to us, or we have any load value. If the total load value is given to us, then this formula will be beneficial for us. So now maybe moving into our next numerical, next example. This is the next example, example number 3. A reinforced concrete column, circular in shape, of 400 mm diameter, has 4 steel bars. It has what? It has 4 steel bars. It has 4 steel bars of 20 mm diameters. The diameter of these steel bars, which are 4 in number, is given to you. What is the diameter? Diameter is 20 mm. Find the maximum load which the column can carry if the stresses in steel and concrete are not to exceed 120 megapascal and 5 megapascal. So these are the stress values. Means they have given you in this question, they have given you the stress values sigma s and sigma c. They have given you these two values, and from this you can get the ratio of the Young's modulus ES by EC. Take modulus of elasticity of steel as 18. So if the modulus of elasticity of steel is given to you and this particular ratio is given to you, for concrete also you can get the modulus of elasticity. Alright, 18 into EC will be the modulus of elasticity of steel. Now moving further, now we will move in, we will calculate the area of steel and concrete. So for steel they have given you the diameter. So from this pi d square by 4 formula, since the steels have circular cross section, diameter has been given to you. If they would have given you any cross sectional value, means any value of length into width, then you would have considered it as a rectangular or square type of cross section. But since the diameter is given to you here, therefore you will consider it as a circular cross section, and for circular cross section you calculate area by pi d square by 4. So pi by 4 into d, you have put the values, since it is in mm, so no need to change the unit, it will be 125660. This is the total area of circular column. This is the total area of the circular column. keep it in mind, this is the area of the circular columns, these steel bars. All right. Now area of reinforcement of steel. This was of column. This was of column. The total diameter. This bigger diameter, as you can see, 20 mm is the bigger diameter. This is the diameter of the circular column. This complete diameter. Now coming on to these small diameters of these steel, which is 400, which is 20 mm. 400 mm is the diameter of the circular column, and 20 mm is the diameter of the steel bar. So now put this 20 mm here, pi d square by 4. In this small d, put 20 and multiply it by 4, since there are 4 steel bars. So you will get the total area of steel bar. So this is the total area of steel bar, and this is the total area of complete of the column. So from this you can get the area of concrete by subtracting the total area and area of 4 steel bars. So this is the area of concrete. Now since the first step is to calculate the area, and we have calculated the area, coming into the next step, now as it is given that sigma c is equal to EC upon ES into sigma s, and EC upon ES ratio of is 1 by 18, we have seen, and stress of steel is 120. So by putting this, we can get the stress on concrete. See here again, we are moving to the previous slide. See here, they have given you the value of stress also. The stress in steel and concrete both have been given to you. We have to calculate the value of P. So what I was telling to you, stress in concrete is equal to EC by ES into sigma C. All right. Stress in steel was 120 Newton per mm square. Therefore, just again moving into the question. In question, find the maximum load which the column can carry if the stress in steel and concrete are not to exceed 120 megapascal and 5 megapascal. So these are the values. So we have calculated it by putting the value of stress in steel. We have calculated the stress in concrete. Since it is more than 5 Newton per mm square as it is given in the numerical, therefore this stress value will not be considered. So what stress value we will take? Now if the stress we take, now since let's take the maximum value of stress of concrete as the correct value, and using that value, if we find the stress in steel, it will be 90. Now this is now this 90 Newton per mm square is less than the permissible value of 120 Newton per mm square, means we can consider this. If it would have been more than 120, means more than the permissible value, then again we would have not considered that stress value. So it is thus obvious that stress in concrete and steel will be taken as 55 and 90 Newton per mm square. It is thus obvious from here that stress will be taken for steel as 90 and for concrete as 5. So this is very important to know. Otherwise, if you would have not done this step, and directly if you would have followed the next step, which is this formula, that P is equal to sigma CAC plus sigma SES, then definitely the answer which you would have obtained would have been wrong. Why? Because you would have directly put these values which are given in the numericals. What are the values given in the numerical? 5 megapascal for concrete and 120 megapascal for steel. But this would have been wrong, as they have also given you modulus of elasticity ratio as 18. Now if 18 is the ratio, then you will have to use the stress value according to this ratio. Not directly you can take 120 and 5 megapascal. So first of all, you will have to put 120 here in the relationship between the ratio of stress and the ratio of modulus of elasticity. You will first of all put the value of stress of steel and calculate the stress in concrete. If it is more than the given value of 5 Newton per mm square, then reject that value and move into the second step, that put now the value of stress in concrete as 5 and see what is the value of stress in steel. Now since the stress in steel value that is obtained is less than the given permissible value, this means our design will be, this means that our material will not fail. Our value is correct. So 5 and 90 will be taken as the value of sigma S, alright, and sigma C. and if you use this formula, finally you will get the value of total load as 735.15 kilonewton. So I hope this is understood by you. It was also a bit tricky numerical, but I hope you would have understood the solution of this numerical. Now coming into the multiple choice questions, so as to assess whether we have understood whole of the lecture or not. The first multiple choice question is, in case of composite structures, the total load on the structure is, as we know that the two things to remember in case of composite structures are, first is this one, the total load on the structure is the sum of the load acting on individual bars. So option A is correct. Always the total load in case of structure is equal to sum of the loads on individual bars. So option A is correct. And coming into the multiple choice question number 2. In case of composite structures, extension or contraction of bar is, see again a conceptual question. In case of composite structures, the extension in case of composite structure which are loaded, in case of composite structures which are loaded, the extension or contractions of both the bar, both are equally elongated. The system as a whole is equally elongated. This means that option B is correct, that the extension or contraction of the bar is equal in case of composite structure. So these were the two conceptual questions. Coming into the multiple choice question number 3. In case of composite structure, strain on the bar is again the same thing. Strain means change in length upon original length. Alright, so one of the concepts is that strain, which is either written by epsilon, of the strain acting on the two bars of a composite structures are equal to each other. Alright, so here option B is correct option. Here option B is correct option. Coming into the multiple choice question number 4. The ratio of Young's modulus E1 by E2 is known as, there is a name given to this Young's ratio of the Young's modulus. This ratio of the Young's modulus is known as model ratio A. Is it correct? B, total ratio. Is it correct? C, modular ratio. Is it correct? Or D, modular factor. This is correct. So we have already seen while doing the numerical also this modular ratio word has come, and we all know that this is neither modular ratio, this is neither model ratio, this is neither total ratio, this is neither modular factor, this is your basically modular ratio. So option C is the correct option. Option C is the correct option. Coming into the next MCQ, MCQ number 5. Now this is a numerical. What the numerical is saying to you? A reinforced concrete column of 300 mm diameter contains 4 bars of 22 mm diameter. Find the total load the column can carry if the stresses in steel and concrete is 50 megapascal and 3 megapascal respectively. Now see, this is a numerical and it is given to you that the column diameter is 300 mm. Column diameter is given to you, means it is circular, and the diameter of this column is how much? Diameter of this column is, what is the diameter? The diameter is 300 mm. 300 mm is the diameter. From this we can calculate the total area. From this we can calculate the total area. Formula we all know. Formula is pi by 4 d square. Alright, from this, by putting the d as 300, we can calculate the total area. Now also the question says that it contains 4 bars of 22 mm diameter. 4 bars are there. 4 bars are there in it. Alright, and the diameter of each one is given to you. So area of steel you can easily calculate. Area of steel you can easily calculate. How? Same thing, first of all 4 into, since there are 4 bars, so 4 into pi by 4 into d square. Now here the diameter of steel bar is 22, so here you will use 22 square of 22. So in this way you will calculate the area of steel also. Then if we want to calculate the area of concrete, so area of concrete can be calculated by subtracting area of steel from total area, means AT minus AS, AT minus AS. This will give you the area of concrete. Now since we have to find the total load the column can carry, so after calculating this area, the next step what you will do is, you all know that stresses are also given to you 50 and 3 megapascal. The stresses in steel and concrete is given to you, so we all know P is equal to sigma CAC. P is equal to, we all know that P is equal to sigma C AC plus sigma S AS. Now since the areas are given to you and stresses are given to you, by putting the values of each and every term we can calculate the total load, and when you will solve you will see that option B is giving you the correct option. 283.5 will be your correct answer. Coming into your multiple choice question number 6. A concrete column of 350 mm diameter is reinforced with 4 bars of 25 mm diameter. Find the stress in steel when the concrete is subjected to a stress of 4.5 megapascal. Again the same thing, total area you will calculate. How you will calculate? The diameter is given to you of the column. From this you will calculate the total area, pi d square by 4, where d will be 350 mm. And then 4 bars area of steel bar combined, all 4 bars area combined, you will calculate this. Again the same thing, 4 multiplied by the area of individual 1 bar. So what will be the cross sectional area of 1 bar, since bars are circular in cross section? So pi d square by 4, where d will be 25 mm. This we will use and we will calculate the area of steel bar. Now for calculating the area of concrete, same we will do. For area of concrete you will minus the area of total area minus area of steel. Areas are all calculated. Now stress is given to you. One of the formula which we know is ES by EC is given to you. So since ES by EC is given to you, we all know that sigma S by sigma C is equal to ES by EC. From this formula you can calculate, we have this particular value, this is given to you as 18. Multiply this by with stress in steel when concrete is subjected to. So this is the stress in concrete. So for getting stress in steel you will multiply 18 with stress in concrete, So in this way you can get the answer. So as you will calculate you will find that option B, 18 megapixel is the correct answer. Coming into the next MCQ number 7. A concrete column of 350 mm diameter is reinforced with 4 bars of 25 mm diameter. The concrete is subjected to a stress of 4.5 megapascal. Find the safe load the column can carry. Now it is in continuation with the previous question, this MCQ number 6. In MCQ number 7 is in continuation with MCQ number 6. So what we have to find? We have to find a safe load, means the formula we all know for safe load. Total load is equal to sigma S AS plus sigma C AC. Put all the values as you have already calculated. AS, area of steel, area of concrete, stress in steel, stress in concrete is given to you, and finally by putting all the values you can get the total load which the column can carry. So what is the safe load? The answer, if you will calculate, you will get is the correct answer. Coming into the MCQ number 8, multiple choice question number 8. What the question is saying to you? A composite section contains 4 different materials. The stresses in all the different materials will be, we all know, the stresses, since the material are different, therefore stresses will be different. Alright, don't get confused in it. Stresses are always different. Only the elongation is equal in the individual members of a composite section. Coming into this particular numerical, MCQ number 9. In this numerical, it is saying to you that a load of 270 kilonewton is carried by a short concrete column 250 by 250. So from this you can calculate the total area. Alright. Then it is reinforced with 8 bars of 16 mm diameter. From this you can calculate the area of steel bars. And from subtracting these two values, by subtracting these two values, you can get the area of concrete. And what you will do, since the modulus of elasticity ratio is given to you as 18, from this ratio of stresses you can also calculate, and finally you will put this all values where you will put this all values in the formula of load, sigma CAC plus sigma SAS, and you will calculate the stress. You will find that the answer is matching your option number A, 3 megapascal. Similarly, in the above question, if you have to find the stresses in steel, when you will calculate one stress, you will multiply it. If you have to find the value of stress of steel, then for stress of concrete, you can multiply with that value of concrete, you can get the value for steel. And if 3 is the answer, then multiplied by 3, you will get 54 as the correct answer, stress in steel. So I hope all the MCQs are well understood by you. And if you want to get any extra information, regarding this particular subject, so you can take the reference of these books which are mentioned here. These are all good books, and many of my questions which I have referred are from some of these books. I hope you have understood, and well, you have understood in a very thorough way all the topics which I have explained to you. Thank you. Again, we will meet in our next lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.